Welcome back to the part 2 of the tutorial video of the two-road network at the point of intersection, including the bicycle lane and the pedestrian lane. So far, we have been able to build the intersection network, the road network at the point of intersection. We have also been able to edit our connection mode of this intersection. So in this video, we are going to introduce our traffic light, edit the traffic light, introduce also the vehicle flow, and export the information or data to Sumo GUI, then check the traffic behavior. So without wasting much time, let's get on into it. So at this point, we move on, we click on the traffic light, then we have it here, the traffic light at this point, then we can create the traffic light here. So, so now this is the default settings for the traffic light. This is what we have as the default settings for the traffic light. So if we want to edit it to our own preference, then we come here. Like I said in the previous video, there are different ways in which you can edit a traffic light, but this is just one of the ways in which I edit the traffic light. So you can decide to delete all the entries we have here. The states here, we can decide to delete them. Configure our traffic lights based on our own preference. So here I can just delete this phase, delete phase, delete phase, delete phase. So then how many seconds do I want it to be for each phase? Then that will be 15 seconds. And leave it at 15 seconds. It depends. But like I said, this is just a round figure tutorial video. So let's get into it. So let's start with this lane, and also this lane. Or probably since we already have the connections for this lane, let's stick to this. So when we look at this lane here and this one, this two directional lanes, you can see through the true lane it is green. The true lane here is also green. Yes, here is also green. Here is green. But we cannot have this green and also have the left turn lane green. So that means we need to edit this. We can edit this to, okay, let's leave it for yellow. So that means immediately this changes from green to red, then this will be the next lane to change to green. So this is okay, this is okay. So this is major green. Let's confirm it should be major green. I've already explained about major green and minor green in the previous video. This is also major green, that is priority is given to the major greens on the road. Then this is minor, this should be minor green. So this should be minor green. And this also. Maybe it as okay, so maybe it as major green. Then this one, this can always, because this is a bicycle and the pedestrian lane, so you can still leave that for major green. While the bicycle lane can also be a minor green. So so I think our connections here, they are all okay. So the same for this one, the opposite direction. This is major green, major green. this is major green, so but this particular one has to be minor green. So you can also have it as major green if you want to. So then the bicycle lane, you can leave it as minor green or major green, whichever way. Then this is major green also. So we have this direction, then we have the ones here, this also here, this going in this direction and this direction. Then we have the true lane, then this lane has to be, let's change this to yellow. So changing this to yellow means that the moment the traffic light changes from green to red, then the one that is yellow will change to green. So that is why we are having this setting. So at that point where we want this to change to green, so what from yellow to green, so what are the other ones that will move in that direction? So this will be green, yes, because this should be the next direction, but not just for the vehicle because we are only working with the vehicle lane, but also the pedestrian lane. So I don't think this connection is right, so we have to remove this. It should be red. So this should be green. Also yellow, and this other one also should be yellow. So so that means when it's yellow, then that these are the ones getting ready at that point to move across the intersection. So so the green after when that changes to red, then we have the movement from this lane and this lane. So that means the the bicycle or the bike lane also can move in this direction. No, sorry. The bicycle lane has to be from here. The bicycle lane will be from here coming here. So but since we change this to this point, this is coming in this direction. So that means the bicycle here too will have to come in this direction. So let's change this to red. Yeah. So so this one can go. So this going in this direction, this will also follow. Then when this is going in this direction, then this follows. So then in, the rest can be red. So that is for the first phase. So moving to the next phase. So this is what we would have in the first phase. So this is what the first phase will look like. So the true lane, the left hand lane, all green. The same for the other direction, the whole green. So the ones that are yellow, this means when this changes to red, the yellow, when the traffic light changes to red, then the green will change, the yellow will change to green, then this will also be green, and the same we have for this. the bicycle lane, and then the bicycle lane here also. So then we can move to the second phase. So for the second phase, to do that, we just have to, okay, so another to add. So added another for the second phase. So if this is what the second phase will look like, so we know by then this will be green, this will also be green, this will be green, then this will also be green. So at this point, the once this one should be red, this will be red, red, and also red. The same for this, red. Okay, so during the second phase, so the left turn lane will be green. The same thing here will green. So for the bicycle lane, yes, green, and the bicycle lane here also will be green. So when we have this, then the next phase, I think this is just it for this phase. So for the next phase, that will be the third phase. The third phase will be, we know this is here is green, so I think it will be this place, which should be green for the third phase. So if we know this will be green in the third phase, then that means we can change this yellow, because that is to show that that is the next phase that will be green. So we have those four as yellow for the next phase. So this, we know this will be the same way for this, the same way, and also in this direction, this, and also this. So, so this concludes the second phase. So we can move to the third phase. So, okay, let me just use the duplicate phase for the third phase. So that means in this phase, this will be red now. This will be red. This should be red. This is red. Here is also red, and that means the point of this will be green. This is green. This is green. This is green. This is green. 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 And also green. So, so that is what we'll have at this point. This green and this green is then 1, 2, 3, 4 also at that point. So then after this we know which lane will be yellow. So we already did for this. So at this point this should be yellow, and this also should be yellow. So when those are yellow, then that means it should also be yellow, and here should be yellow. Okay, so we're taking it back from the phase one. This is the phase one. This is the phase two. So in the phase one, You know that is yellow in the phase two. The other part is yellow. This is yellow. Now, this time around, it is this way. So this is what it's going to look like in the phase three. Then after that, we move to the next phase, which is phase four. So we have a new phase. You can just duplicate, okay? So in this fourth phase, here, so let me just change this to this to be red right then. So I've changed to red, red, then also red, then this should be green, this is green, 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 red, red. So this is what the fourth phase would look like. This is what we'll have for our the fourth phase, except for the fact that we've not been able to show the sign, the part that will be yellow. So coming from this one, we know in the phase one, this is the first one. So that means here is the green. So that means at the first phase where it is green is where will become yellow in the fourth phase. So that means there will be yellow. So this is what we will have in the fourth phase. So it goes on from the phase one to the phase two, phase three, phase four, back to phase one again. So we move in that flow. So don't forget here, we can 15 seconds. We can decide to change to whatever seconds we want, but it all depends. So 15 seconds, 15 seconds. So So let's take a look at it from the first phase. So this is the first phase. It's moving in this direction. So here will be going next. So at that point, it's already green. It's now green. So this yellow will change to green in the next stage, in the next phase. So it's green now in the next phase. And in the fourth phase, this will be green. The yellow part will be green. That is in the fourth phase. It will be green. So no, that is traffic lights. I know it's a bit complicated, but yeah, practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect, which is quite different from the first one we did under the road intersection without traffic lane and traffic light. So this looks a little bit complicated, but yeah. So this is what we're going to be having. So after when we are done, we can decide to save. Then we can decide to also save the program so we don't lose the file. So but as it stands, this is what we have. So we can then move to the point where we introduce the vehicles, the bicycles, and the pedestrians into the road network. So, but before we can do that, we need to move from network to demand to introduce into the network. So we can click on this. So since we're already under demand, then we put the vehicle type. So then we click on this for the vehicle type. So don't forget trip, put it from flow to flow. Edges. So So we have default vehicle type. Vehicle type is already our default, so that means we only want to introduce into the vehicle lane. But if I want to change to pedestrian lane, then it will be focusing on the pedestrian lane. Then if it is going to be this is the pedestrian and that is for the bicycle lane. This is the pedestrian. This is for bicycle and this is for the vehicle. So when we click on this, we want to introduce the vehicle lane. So we can have this for maybe 500 vehicles per hour. Then end to end here. Let's just make this 1,000. No, let's make this 700. So we can also decide if we want to change maybe the color to red and any other information here that we want to change. But for this lane, no, okay, this is red. Then end route creation. Then we have the first vehicle flow. So well, we know we have to do that 3 times in order to introduce it into all the all the lanes. 3 or 4, yeah, 4, because we have the left turn lane, the right turn lane, the show lane, and also the show lane uh, in this uh, in this flow. Or better still, we can also leave it for 3, which is that we can move in this lane and here through this lane. So we click on it again, finish our creation, then there. So that means the vehicle flow here will be free. We have the vehicle flow here now as 3. So we are still going to come back to edit that. So let's introduce the pedestrian and also the bicycle into the flow. So in order to do that, we go to want to introduce all the bike lane. So for the bike here, this is red. So because since it's bicycle, let's just reduce this to 300 and make this 500. So which is still going to be red. So I think everything is all set. Then we finish our creation. So if I zoom in, you can see we have the bike flow introduced into the network. But because at the point of intersection we have movement of the bike flow in 2 directions, we have it and as like we have it on the as the true lane. We also have it as the right turn lane and also to the other side of the road. So that is free flow. So still click on it, finish route creation. That makes it 2. Then the same thing again, which makes it 3. So for the pedestrian flow, we come back here and change it to ped type, which is for pedestrian. So the piece is still red, yeah. So for that of the pedestrian flow, sure, we can also still leave it for, or maybe we can reduce the number of pedestrians. So we don't have, let's take this for 300 and go for 100. So then we finish our creation. You can see the pedestrian flow has been included into the simulation, into the network. So for the pedestrian flow here, we have them going in the true lane and also the right turn lane. So you can decide to also create another one finish. So at this point, we have the flow for the pedestrian lane, for the bicycle lane, and also the vehicle. So now let's edit this. In order to edit, we have to come back to inspect mode. Then we can start from the vehicle lane. For the vehicle lane, we have the one of the through lane, so that means from this to this other side. But we didn't name the road network like compared to how we did it in the previous video under the intersection. And we just have to find a way to figure that out. So we'll come back here. So here is going to be E1. So you know this is E0, so E1. So that means from E0 to E1, we come back to the demand. Click on this. So from E0 to E1. So you can see the movement of vehicle in that lane. So not only that, we also have the movement of vehicle from E0 to this particular lane. So what is this called? So this is minus E3, minus E3. So we go back a bit. So it's minus E3. So you can see minus E3 in that direction. So that is done. We've done the true lane, the right turn lane, then now we have to for the left turn lane. So in order to establish that, we need to know the name of this lane. So this is minus E2. So we come back to the demand, zoom in, then click on this. Oh, so the first one is forgot to change. It should be E2. Then we have so minus E2. This is the first. This is the second. And the third one is minus E2. So now we have that flow through. So we have been able to introduce the vehicle flow for the vehicle start. Then we do the same. We edit that of also the so we also edit the flow for the bicycle. So for the bicycle lane or the bike lane, we know we have the true lane here, which is going to be from E0 to E2. Then we also have E0 to E2. Then we also have something for A3. I think that is minus E3. So minus E3, then the other one will be minus E2. So minus E2 for the bicycle lane or the bike lane. Then when we're through with that, we edit also for the pedestrian flow. So for the pedestrian flow, so we have them from E0 to E2. to know what is display. Minus A3. So then this is E1 minus E3, then E1. So so, so we have for E1. So how does that look like? So E1, yes. Then for the second, E3. No, no, that's not E3. Minus E3, I guess. Yeah, minus E3. So we have been able to introduce this. So on the east lane of the road network, leading to the point of intersection or to the intersection. So we have the vehicle start 3, the bike start 3, then the flow 2. So with this information, we can also change this to random if we want to. It's going to be random. So with what we've been able to do here, we can decide to send this information or send this data to Sumo GUI and see what it looks like in the real life simulation. So we before we edit or introduce the other parts of this road network, before we include the vehicle demand into the other parts. So let's see how it works here. So that for the flow, the vehicle specs and the here we've been able to create. So the first thing we have to do is we have to, no matter how much we try to send the information, it will still be required to save all the all that we have been able to do. Opening small GUI, so it has to require to save. So we can save this as um, bike lane. So bike lane, okay. So the network can also save the network as bike lane. Then I think for the traffic light also, we can also save as bike lane. Just trying to give them all the same name, so it will be easier for us to look for them after the tutorial. So with this, we can go ahead and export to small GUI. So remove invoice, so we have to accept this. So this is what the road network will look like. So to take this, make this a bit here, then you can change this to real world and run the simulation. So this is, you can see the bicycles. Because we wholly introduced the vehicle lane into one of the eastern lane of the road network to the point of intersection. So that is the reason why we can only see the flow of traffic within this lane. So you can see when this is green, you can see. So when this is green, this goes this way. When the bicycle lane also have this. So in the next video, we'll be able to continue and introduce the vehicle flow into the other parts of